Welcome guys, we have another Age of Empires forecasted game here. This time we have as the Delhi Sultanate in the color blue. It is Blid against his opponent playing in the color red as Jeanne d'Arc. It gives you anxiety, looking forward for giving Blid a little bit of anxiety. Welcome everybody. And actually I changed the colors here, and the reason is if I put these colors you will see that GUA is actually red but Blid is pink, so I will put it just like blue, and I'll try to do my best to just track down what these guys are doing, just because when you just check the fog of war and you change the player's perspective and you want to see if what they scout or things like that, I want to have information, but I think it's very hard to see like pink against red, so I'm just gonna leave it like that and just see what happens. Okay, so Jeanne d'Arc against Delhi, two civilizations that are really benefit from playing in the Feudal Age. Like Delhi obviously doesn't want to go castle really fast because the upgrades are just very slow, and they can pump units in Feudal like any other ship. It's just very good civilization to play in the Feudal Age. Meanwhile, Jeanne d'Arc, a civilization that also benefits from fighting in the Feudal Age, just because you can get Jeanne d'Arc to level 3, things start getting a little bit complicated from there. But we don't really see like Jeanne d'Arc users like forcing their way into the Feudal Age most of the time. Sometimes they just go harass here and there, go castle, whatever. It's not like the French, where it's like, I'm gonna stay in the Feudal Age for a long time, I'm gonna make those knights no matter what, I'm gonna mask those knights. I'll try my best not to lose them. So let's see how give you anxiety it's gonna play this out. He does have the School of Cavalry here with Jeanne d'Arc, trying to give a little bit of anxiety to Blid. And Blid, it's coming up with the Tower of Victory. Now, so far everything it's very standard here, and with the Tower of Victory obviously having those extra attack speed from all the infantry units, especially the spearman, me a huge bonus for Blid if he wants to fight in the Feudal Age. Well, nothing strange going on. Nothing strange. I might as well give you an update of the surgery. So, man, it was tough. It was tough. Like, they take that thing out of my back, and it's like my mother-in-law says, like, it looks like I got shot by an AK-47. It's like a big hole in the back, and they couldn't close it because they need to deal with the infection, and I had to go to the hospital every day to put the medicine there, and man, that was worse than the surgery, and it was full of blood, and it was nasty. It was nasty. Fast forward today, after 1-2 weeks, I think, almost 2 weeks maybe, they're already sewed up. It's much better now. It's much better. Maybe next week I can I'm back to normal, but it's been a tough days. It's been a tough days for sitting, for walking, for doing anything, especially for sleeping, man, because I don't have the angle. It's in the lower back, and I just sleeping is very hard. That's why I'm having a little bit of a sleep disorder these days. Anyway, Blid already getting all those free upgrades, getting the barracks out. We're not gonna see the Gassy Raider. Usually a good choice for the Delhi, but I guess he doesn't want to deal with that against the French. Gassy Raiders don't do very bad against the Royal Knights, but you just need a bigger number, right? So they do much better than Horsemen in general, but you may need more than one. So looks like Spearman is gonna be the choice for him. He's forced to leave the berries for now. Knight's just gonna be taking a look if he wants to, if he can find a villager or two here. Looks like he's patrolling. Blid scouting his opponent. He knows exactly where the Royal Knight is. He just needs, you just needs one of them. Second Royal Knight already out, and probably Jeanne d'Arc thinking about going to get. Where is Jeanne d'Arc now? So it's Jeanne d'Arc the Hunter. It's Jeanne d'Arc the Hunter. So it's gonna be able to snipe those spearmen, but she doesn't do quite good against. She doesn't do a lot of damage. I mean, it's an archer. She does have the skill that deals quite a lot of damage, but you know, you can snipe like a spearman or two. But personally, I'm a big fan of the woman at arms from Jeanne d'Arc. I think it's very tanky in the Feudal Age. Extremely hard to deal with, and I take it not really as a DPS. I take it more as a, you know, I'm gonna tank the damage here instead of my units, and I think that's huge. I think that's huge. See, Jeanne d'Arc. Not gonna use the skill on that peasant, on that scout. Not worth it. Meanwhile, Blid already have quite a lot of spearmen where his villagers are. It's the most vulnerable spot for him, so he's doing a really good job at defending himself so far. Jeanne d'Arc will try to snipe a villager, but didn't manage to shoot because the scout wasn't here. Meanwhile, Blid stuck in his base, not being able to get secret sites yet. Knight's gonna be trying to do a charge. Jeanne d'Arc needs to run away. Gotta be careful with that Gassy Raider. He actually does extra damage to Jeanne d'Arc just because he's an archer unit. It's gonna give you anxiety. We're gonna have to deal with that Gassy Raider, but lost a knight and Jeanne d'Arc goes down. This is a very bad spot for give you anxiety. Very bad. And now looks like Blid is in a position where actually now it's my turn to attack. Second blacksmith coming out. Two stables. Life is good, and let's see if he wants to capture some sacred sites. Definitely looking forward to see that happening now that Jeanne d'Arc was dead, and now Blid has the map control. Now he is in the position where, you know what, you're gonna have to defend yourself. I'm gonna do what I wanna do in the map. Cassiro is just entering, give you anxiety base under the town center range. That's a huge loss for Blid. Lost one Gassy Raider, and all those units are pretty low HP. Some of them are really low HP now. +1 range armor already there for Blid. It's gonna take a few seconds. Meanwhile, more Gassy Raiders, and he's going deep dive into the base once again. He didn't even wait for +1 range armor to finish. Just like, I'm just gonna go there, man. Just praying for the best. Spearman already there for give you anxiety, and that's a really good read from him. He sees his opponent is very heavy on Gassy Raiders. I'm just gonna have more spearmen. Jeanne d'Arc tried to snipe a spearman, but it's not gonna happen. And now the tower. Just enough to garrison all those villagers. And this is a point where if you don't deal with the Delimas, it starts getting really scary. We're already talking about 20 units on the field. It's gonna get worse and worse. We're gonna take a look at the income per minute here, just to see how Blid and Give You Anxiety are doing. Single archer, very brave one. This outpost not even with the emplacement, so it's not gonna be that like a huge deal. It's only a garrison outpost. Meanwhile, Blid just putting more and more units, starting to capture the sacred sites. One in the middle, one at the top. And now give you anxiety. Yeah, he's not really pumping much more units. He's having a little bit of a trouble with the resource gathering here. More units pumping for Blid. He's not afraid of Jeanne d'Arc. If you have like 50 archers, you can always snipe a Jeanne d'Arc. No worries. Meanwhile, Gassy Raiders will try to go for a raid. Give you anxiety still waiting. No more knights for give you anxiety. He just left them at 2. Just raiding with horseman. He's actually not really interested in mining any gold at the moment. He does have all the eco upgrades, but so does his opponent. Meanwhile, Blid entering once again into UA space. Looks like he's gonna go there this time. Another raid happening here. Villagers goes down. Meanwhile, Blid just go there, deep dive into the base. Has plenty of units. Archers trying to get the spearman now. Gassy Raiders not being able to do any damage yet. And Gassy Raiders just go into the spearman. Jeanne d'Arc kills everyone here. And now Jeanne d'Arc, looks like Jeanne d'Arc is gonna die here. There's too many archers here. It looks like Blid is losing his important mass. No more Gassy Raiders on the field, only one of them. It is mostly archers, but they will go down as well. And I don't think this is as bad as it looks like for Give You Anxiety. We don't know how much experience he has. He needs quite a lot of gold to get Jeanne d'Arc back into the game. Meanwhile, more blacksmith upgrades coming up for Blid. He's gonna get a +1 range attack. Jeanne d'Arc comes back into the game. And Sacred Sites is gonna be the capture now. Now Blid doesn't have the military advantage anymore. Knight is just gonna die instantly. Only one knight left for Give You Anxiety. It's gonna decapture the Sacred Site here in the north. And looks like the middle will be pretty much being contested too. The knight just tried to get something. It's like the villagers already relocated to the next wood line. Meanwhile, blacksmith coming up for Give You Anxiety. All this time he didn't have a blacksmith. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. More units coming for Give You Anxiety. It's not gonna be able to get those knights out with that many spearmen. Doesn't really worth it. Just gonna be a pure infantry play coming from Give You Anxiety. And looks like he's trying to go castle here. I mean, when you take a good fight, you can keep attacking to keep the momentum going. But if you don't have the resources to do that and support your army and keep putting the pressure, probably after you take a good fight, maybe you think about going castle. Or in this case, Give You Anxiety is like, I'm just gonna get more upgrades here. Just get a bigger army. And that's it. That's plenty of villagers on gold. Looks like he needs to catch up with those upgrades. The boar being gathered here. Managed to... Most likely these villagers will be safe for the moment. Never mind. Gassy Raiders just relentless raiding. Coming for Blid. At the same time, the knight that was supposed to be dead is not dead anymore. Charge attack. Managed to take a villager. See, the villagers actually doing a lot of work here. Doesn't let the knight attack. Amazing stuff to witness. Wolf is like, I'm gonna finish the job for you guys. No worries. While Gassy Raiders doing what they do best. Right. Horseman already here? You thought it was the knight? No, it's the horseman. And the knight's still somewhere here. It's gonna be camping those deer. No chivalry yet for Give You Anxiety. I mean, it doesn't worth it for one knight, right? So this knight's gonna be low HP for the rest of the game. More knights are starting to be pumped for Give You Anxiety. And I think it's a little bit of a mind game here, because you can see Blid is like, you're having quite a lot of archers. So why should I make more spearmen? Like, and his spearman numbers are really low at the moment, are 12. I mean, obviously that's enough for one knight, but if Give You Anxiety have more knights, 12 is just not gonna be enough. It's not a one-to-one trade. Like, you need to have at least a double of spearmen of your opponent's knights if you wanna really like have a good fight. At least a double. Otherwise, you're just gonna be really hard. So I guess Raiders went for a raid. Managed to take a few villagers down. Blid doing a really good job with raiding. Actually, 13 villagers going down. Not a number you should underestimate. It's plenty of eco damage done to Give You Anxiety. They already have Jeanne Dark level 3, so it's gonna be having a really good unit, as well as those Jeanne's champions. Very tanky units. It looks like this is a fight that he can take. Jeanne Dark sniping those spearmen, archers protecting Jeanne Dark. Pretty much like Trump security. Oh man, that was the news. That was the news. Oh my god, poor guy. And look at Jeanne Dark just tanking all that damage. Have plenty of HP. It's not like having a incredible amounts of range armor, just like the Jeanne Dark, the knight. But still plenty of HP. It's gonna be taking a lot of damage. And at the same time, Blid aging up with a compound of the defender. Already have the eco advantage. Has not bad numbers on the military, but I guess he doesn't want to fight Jeanne Dark at this stage. Meanwhile, Horseman doing horseman stuff. He's gonna be spotted here. He sees Jeanne Dark coming in. It's like, you're aging up, I'm going deep into the base, especially where the villagers are. Jeanne Dark is knight a villager, probably. Never mind, it's like actually gonna attack those archers. Gonna be careful not to lose Jeanne Dark here, and Castle Age is up for Blid. Unfortunately for him, those upgrades are just gonna take a long time to come, so he just forced to basically make man-at-arms and knights, which is I will say knights is a little bit risky choice with so many spearsmen out there. And Jeanne Dark just doing a really good job now with that. Jeanne Dark just sniping units here and there. And Give You Anxiety still pumping units. Looks like he's gonna fight before Blid gets his upgrades, but looks like he's gonna retreat for now. I mean, Give You Anxiety has plenty of time until the daily benefits from that Castle Age. First off, he's not mining stone yet, so there is no threat of an upcoming snowball of villagers coming for him. And the second thing is just the upgrades just take so long that I think you can stay in the village for longer. This is like a fake Castle Age, you know? Look at this, Archer. 5 minutes to get the upgrade. That's quite a long time. I reckon that there is no Jeanne is going for a raid. Oh my god. There is no scholar here, I suppose. Yeah, that's pretty much what you expect. And Give You Anxiety somehow managed to do a lot of economic damage. 23 villagers so far. Now he's ahead on the economy. And he's also aging up with the guild hall. More upgrades coming for Blid. Having a little bit of a trouble here with a single unit. Jeanne just guiding everyone here. 16 range attack. That's quite a lot. Horseman going for a raid. Knights are already out for Blid. Still has the archer mass. And Give You Anxiety reaches the castle age. Albert Trier coming for him. Man at arms as well. Infantry running from their life. Jeanne d'Arc with very low HP. Gotta be careful here. It's very expensive to get her back up. It's 500 gold. That's no joke. That's no joke. Meanwhile, Blid with a couple of knights here, looking to go for a raid later. Give You Anxiety with not so much military advantage, but there is not much Feudal archers can do at the moment. 30 seconds to get the veterancy. Looks like he put some scholars here. There you go, single scholar, studying the whole day. The secrets of the archer veterancy. Why do you guys not use a better arrow instead of the toy arrow you're using, like the Yumi Ashigaru? Knights gonna go for a raid. More man at arms. Albert Trier just melting those armor units. And Jeanne d'Arc just getting more and more experience. I'm not the only one who loves. I don't really know what she says, but I really love her voice line. I don't know what you're saying. I think it's really cool and inspiring, and I can feel all the units feel the same. Give You Anxiety mining gold in a place where he can actually get anxiety for himself. Veteran archers are already there. Not only veteran archers, this is Tower of Victory veteran archers, so these are really fast. Give You Anxiety going for a raid now. Oh my god, come on. He managed to find the villagers. At the same time, he's dealing with the army inside of his base. A lot of villagers going down here. Blid. Yeah, this is wheelbarrow for sure, right? Like, you can get it for free. Of course he has it. Why are they walking so slow? Like, this is your life you're talking about. Why are you running so slow this time? Meanwhile, now Blid has made a good job of just keeping that archer mass pretty much alive. Now he can just focus on those man-at-arms, tank the damage, and make the archers do the DPS. Archers still Feudal Age archers for Give You Anxiety. Looks like he's not interested on upgrading those. Meanwhile, 25 crossbows for Give You Anxiety. Things are starting to get really nasty here. Let's take a look at where is his army. He's here. He's just gathering his army around. But the problem is the food. There's plenty of food in the map. It's just you gotta start controlling those areas. Otherwise, raids can happen really quickly in the Castle Age. Plenty of units in the game. Man-at-arms is gonna deal with the last archer. Actually, still one more. And Give You Anxiety with a really good eco lead. Meanwhile, the big army is here. That's a lot of man-at-arms. I wonder how these archers will do against those crossbows. I think the problem is just gonna be the horsemen. It's already 6 of them. They're not veteran, so they're not gonna be as scary as they should be. Consecrated barracks going down. Scholar, pray to win strategy. Meanwhile, village fortresses almost up for Blid. He's thinking about getting that keep up to keep up in the game. Meanwhile, give you anxiety just capturing those sacred sites with Jeanne d'Arc. And after watching this game, I really want to play a little bit with Jeanne d'Arc. I think it's just really fun. Just to have like a very, very tanky unit. Not as tanky to tank all this damage from all those units, but definitely very, very good one. Knight going down here at the same time. Give you anxiety, just doing. This is really like, don't complain and just work with what you have. Mangonel goes up. Horseman, not even better, and going for a raid. It's like all the units gonna save that Mangonel. Mangonel shot. That's not a decent shot for him. That was personal, man. That was personal. Directly into a single man-at-arms. Villagers repairing that Mangonel. And now Blid is forced to go back and see if he has a siege workshop somewhere. He does. Needs that Springle. Can put the Scholar here. The Springle will go out really, really fast. Well, anxiety. Getting... It looks like this is the last food of the map. This is the last one. Let's take a look at Guildhall. Probably Guildhall is gonna... He already collect the food from the Guildhall, so he has plenty of food to work with. It's gonna save him from some time. Meanwhile, Blid is not gonna get that Springle. He's gonna get another Mangonel. Like, it's gonna be a Mangonel against Mangonels. That's all I need. Meanwhile, Scholars. Gonna capture Sacred Sites, looks like. All these players already forgot about the relics, or maybe thinking about it's just really hard to get those relics with everything that is going on in this map. First keep of the game coming up for Blid. It's gonna be protecting a little bit of stone and gold. Meanwhile, the base is still unprotected, so should be thinking about putting a keep here, probably. Just start protecting your farms as soon as you can. Mangonel. Gonna say hi. Decent shot, but managed to take it down. And a couple of Mangonels will do another shot. Managed to take down plenty of units here. And now looks like Give You Anxiety will just go for it. Horseman not upgraded. He don't care about the horseman. It's all about the man-at-arms. It's all about the Albrecht and about the Mangonels. The horsemen are just for the show, and the knights nowhere to be seen. No knights for the French, as Jeanne d'Arc takes down one Mangonel. Not exactly sure how he did that. I don't see any Springle. But Mangonels just keep attacking those archer mass at the tier. Are not scared anymore, and Blid taps out. Well played by these two players. Hopefully you enjoyed this match, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye and take care.